Namaste everyone. Let's start. Yes, over to.
We'll start. Namaste everyone. A warm welcome to all Global Yoga Festival, an initiative taken by Dr. Vikas Chote sir and Shwetambari ma'am at Swasti Yoga Center. Myself, Manisha Garg, associated with Swasti Yoga Center from around 3 years. I am a level 1 certified yoga teacher at Swasti Yoga Center. I have completed my kids yoga training course and yoga therapy course with Swasti Yoga Center. So I request you all to sit straight. We'll start our session with prayer. First, we'll chant Om for 3 times, followed with Patanjali prayer. So first, sit straight, both hands in Jnana Mudra. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now join your palms for Patanjali prayer. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya chaivaidhyakena yopakarotam pravaram munina Patanjalim pranjalim ranatosmi. Gently rub your palms. Warm palms on your closed eyes. Absorb the warmth. Slowly open your eyes under your palms. Both hands on your body. Namaste. Okay, let's start with our session. As you all know, India is a birthplace for yoga and Ayurveda. So Swasti Yoga Center has started year-long celebrations to commemorate 75 years of independence with various yoga and cultural activities. Global Yoga Festival is a global platform provided by Swasti Yoga Center, which includes yoga and wellness discussions, various programs, workshops, live guiding sessions by prominent speakers, panel discussions, quiz and essay competitions by prominent speakers, bhajan, kirtan, sattvic ahar, and much more. So now it's time to introduce our today's guest speaker. Our today's speaker is Nadeshwari Joythimayananada ma'am, and her topic for today is yoga and cyclicality of the earth in the female body. So I would like to introduce Nadeshwari ma'am. Nadeshwari Joythimayananada ma'am is from Sri Lankan and Indian origins, transmits yoga through the tradition open to women, oriented towards cyclicality, welcoming transcendence embodied in the wisdom of the Mother Goddess, a universal archetype present in all cultures of the planet. In the practice, it transmits a continuous encounter is created between the experience of the physical body, aimed at experiencing fluidity, vigor, or stasis, and the energetic approach to the spiritual path. After having gained 10 years of experience in Europe, in the transmission of awareness practices in circles. She gives life to the Awakening Yogini Shakti training in Italy for women and with women for a female community and maturity. With this vision, she conceived the Moon Yatra online path, Universe in the Body. She is co-author of the book for daughters, women, and grandmothers. And the name of the book is Lunatica, A Journey into the Female Universe. So this was a short introduction of ma'am. So I request ma'am to start the session. Yeah, one more thing. Due to some reason, Nadeshwari ma'am is not able to attend our today's session, but she will be there in the last 10 minutes for question answer sessions. But she has sent her recordings, so we'll hear to the recordings of the ma'am. So I request you all to please hear the recordings properly, and we'll start our session. So we can't hear the recordings.
Yeah. We'll start from the beginning. Is it now audible?
Are here in this.
Yes, sir.
Namaste. Welcome to all of you that are here in this space of the heart, or at least we can put the intention in this half an hour together to come closer and closer, layer after layer, to the wisdom and to the multidimensionality of our heart. My name is Nadeshwari Joythimayananada, and I was born in Sri Lanka, originally from Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, and I grew up in Italy. This is why this weird Italian accent and not an impeccable English, but I'm sure that you're going to apologize me. So first of all, I will invite us to orientate ourselves in the room that we are with our eyes, just to collocate where we are more and more, and to collocate us in our body, because through the eyes there is an information, a retinic information that somehow brings calms to our nervous system, says that we are in this place, that we have chosen, and to have this practice. And little by little, whenever you feel, you can feel the caress of the skin touching the eyes while the eyes are closing, like a caress, very soft, very gentle. And we can feel this inner world showing up as soon as we close our eyes. There is an invitation to be in this place without effort. There is nothing to do, nothing to say, no place to go. Just an invitation to Let be what already is there through the terrestrial gravity. Something is going towards the earth through our body. Maybe you can bring a very gentle attention to the support that you have chosen to do this practice. Maybe a chair, maybe on the ground. And there is an invitation to release one cell more to this support from your body. Release a little bit more of the weight of your body to the support. In this place where there is nothing to do, nowhere to go, and no one to please. And again, there is an invitation to go towards your verticality. Your spine. And see if you can feel your spine immersed on a bright light that can have a memory of the light of the stars, the light of the stars in your body, in your spine. How does this light feel? Is it dense? Is it liquid? Is it gas? Be curious. And with the next exhalation, I invite you to let this light melt to the ground through your perineum. With every exhalation, there is this light melting from the spine towards the earth. With every exhalation, there is a chance to root in the earth. And with the next inhalation, there is an invitation to feel this light that go towards the sky through the fontanella, the center of your head. And with every inhalation, there is a chance to feel the vastness of the sky without effort, just with the inhalation, something is happening. We are inhalating in the sky and exhalating on the earth. And with gentleness, with sweetness, I invite you to go to the area of your chest where we can have a consecration together. You can repeat in your heart these words if you resonate with those. With all my heart and with all my love, I dedicate the fruits and the seeds of this practice, of this encounter, of this relation to the universe, to Shiva, to consciousness. To what is perceived also as the divine essence. In this space, I have no attachment to the result. I do not judge. And I completely surrender. So that the energy that is created here can move my body, can nourish this space where I live in, can penetrate the earth and expand in the cosmos. Thank you. With the protection and the blessing of my masters and my masters' masters, your masters and your masters' masters. Thank you. Purnamadam Purnamidam Purna Purnat Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasisyate Purnamadam Purnamidam Purna Purnat Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasisyate Purnamadam Purnamidam Purna Purnat Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasisyate. And very slowly, there is an invitation to let the light in through the eyes. Maybe I suggest you not to watch, to see the computer, the screen immediately. Maybe you can orientate your sight in the room, just to bring relationship between what there was and there is inside and what is there in the room, in your room. Welcome back, welcome here, maybe with a layer, an extra layer here present with us. I invite you to feel what you feel right now in the body. Is more present? Is there any part of the body that is very comfortable or not? I invite you to go where is comfortable so that we can learn how to stay in a place where there is a space in the body. It's a beautiful tool that we have that we need to train to stay with what is working. So to stay with good sensations in the body. And this brings me to the topic that I would like to share with you today, that is about yoga and cyclicity. That means yoga and womanhood, yoga and the wisdom of the seasons that are in us and that women bring to the world so much easily with no effort, just being women. You know that during the menstrual cycle, us as women, we have this chance to go towards a big teaching where every month we go into a place of death. We are able to touch something that we are, as human, we are all going towards, that is death. And there is a big teaching about the inner seasons that brings us to that place. That is the ultimate reality. And that is inside of all humans. You can just think about the seasons or the phases of the moon. You know, you have the full moon, the black moon, you have the summer and the winter, and there are phases in between, the crescent moon, then the descendant moon, and also spring and autumn. And these seasons and these phases are teaching something to us humans, but we are not really listening. This is the feeling that I have and so many other women and men in the world have. And my perspective of being a yogini in 2022 in a Western country is that I feel that I have a privilege to be here and share my intuitions that are not only mine, and that we really should go back to listen to the simple wisdom that the earth are teaching us. And I'm gonna share here a map, because at a certain time, a moment in my life, I started to draw a map for women and for humanity, actually. Why? Because I grew up as a daughter of a master of a Vaidya, Ayurvedic Vaidya, yoga master, guru, here in the Western country. And I realized that this yoga and this Ayurveda, there were little missing parts to understand how I could orientate as a woman in the world. So what is the message that I incarnate, that I should bring to the world to find again an equilibrium, a balance in the earth? And so this is a very simple map where we have the black moon, the full moon, where we have 12 archetypes, where we have 4 Shaktis, that we can learn to tap into, to invocate, to search for, to make again a connection, a deep connection to the teaching of the earth. Because as humans, we are so far sometimes to what is the simple life that the earth wants to teach us, no? And I also find myself so many times so far away. And this kind of maps is what I feel that it can be a resource to us to reorientate ourselves and say, okay, now in which moment of my month, of my period, I am here, I'm there. So which is the predominant element that is working on me? What should I do? And so this is, I can share it like really fast just for you to have an idea, no? So that you can do whatever you want with this map, because I give you a map and then you make your own map. So in the center, we have the space, and there is a Saraswati, that is the creation, no? That is the first sound that comes from the space of Brahma. And then after that, I had the period of bleeding in the winter in Kali, where I kind of went in my inner relationship with myself. My body goes towards Parvati, that I start to build up construction, what it came through vision during the time of Kali. In Parvati, I have focus, I have fire, and I start to bring focus, and I start to build things. In Lakshmi, little by little here, I started to bring out, and then in Lakshmi, I have my summer, no? My ovulation, my full moon. I have my project out there in the world, and I'm ready to bless all the space around me, blessing myself just through presence, because I'm so full of power. And after the ovulation, there is a deconstruction of the ego, actually, not the ego that it was needed to be there to construct in the Parvati, in the Lakshmi, to be in the outer relation. Here I start to deconstruct, because I know that I'm going to go to the Kali, to winter. And if I don't deconstruct here, Kali is going to cut my head. No, we know. And so here it's a way to understand this inner and outer map. And also here you have 12 archetypes that in some years I started to share with other women. The beauty of understanding how every 2-3 days there is something that is changing inside ourselves. And I started to play with this archetype, and it's a story. It's a story that I began with the daughter, where is only me, and then I started to feel sensation with the Virgin, another person like me, my blood sisters, another person like me but different from me, that can be my lover, my inside lover, no? And so on, the story goes there. And why I'm sharing all this? Because I do feel that as a yogini, because I'm sure that there are a lot of yogini here listening and being here with me now, I feel that we need to go back to this cyclicity, to feel it in our body, to embody our body, the wisdom of our blood, because our children, our nephews need to learn again something that is very ancient and simple, but it can be real if it comes through us. It cannot be only theoretical. It needs to be really rooted in our body. And I'm sure that the life is so beautiful and precious that she will tell you and she will show you how. Today I gave you the map, and I'm sure that today, later on, or tomorrow, a glimpse is gonna come, an intuition. Maybe you're gonna talk about this to someone else. Maybe you already knew all this, but I don't know, something more came. Everything can happen if you are aware of what are your potential as a woman, no? We have so many cities that are spontaneous, differently from the Hatha Yoga cities that you need discipline to gain those, no? You need the fire to manifest those. Women, us women, we have that inner fire that comes out with spontaneous initiation through the whole of our life, through the menarche, opening of sexuality, being pregnant. What a seed it is. We are creating another human being in our body, giving birth, lactation, we are producing milk, and the menopause is another beautiful and strong siddhi, an initiation that brings us back to the knowledge of the universe. And with the frequency of the menopause, that for me and for a lot of other women all around the world, it's a message that says, do less and take a pause. I invite you to have this very short but profound session of Yoga Nidra, because as women, we need to rest so that the knowledge can be relieved, the wisdom can be relieved spontaneously. So I invite you to lie down, take your time to find a comfortable place, and maybe to use some cushions, some pillows, a blanket, maybe a socks. Feel free. And while this is happening, I am accompanying you with some music so that you can adjust also the volume if it's too much, too less. And I invite you to lie down and to take your time to stay with you. Maybe you also want to put something on your eyes, like an eye pillow or a piece of a cloth, just to make more darker space in you. And you are welcome to a place where there is nothing to do, nothing to do, no place to go, no one to please. And I invite you to listen to your breath that is coming in and going out. And there is an invitation to feel that while you're breathing in, there is a crescent moon that is rising with your breath. And when you are breathing out, there is a falling moon that is descending in your breath. When you are inhalating, there is a crescent moon. And with the exhalation, there is a falling moon. And when you are inhalating, there is a crescent moon. And when you are at the top, at the peak of your breath, and you are full of your breath, there is a full moon. And then the falling moon to come to the black moon. There is this beautiful cycle happening in you right now, here. Without effort, it's just happening with your breath. There is nothing more than your breath connected to the phases of the moon. Inhalating, crescent. When you're full moon. When you're falling moon. When you're empty, a dark black moon. And while this is happening, your body is going in a place of rest. And what is present and aware right now is it's your awareness in the form of Nidra Shakti that is going to pose, to touch the center of your eyebrow in the form of a gentle caress. And then it touches the base of the throat, the right shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, the 5 finger, thumb, index, middle, ring, and little finger. There is this caress that touches the wrist, the elbow, the right shoulder, the base of the throat, and this tender caress touches the left shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and the 5 fingers, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, small finger. And we go back towards this arm, wrist, elbow, shoulder, base of the throat, a tender caress, center of the chest, at the belly button, the mount of Venus, on the right hips, this caress, the thigh, the knee, the ankle, and the 5 fingers, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And there are these tender touches all over your right leg, and you come back towards the hip, through the ankle, the knee, the thigh, the hip. You touch back the mount of Venus and you go towards the left hip, the left thigh, the knee, the calf, the ankle, the 5 fingers, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. All these touches, tender touches throughout all the leg, and you come back to the hip, passing through the ankle, the knee, the thigh, the hip, and you go back to Mount of Venus, to the belly button, to the center of the chest, to the base of the throat, to the center of your eyebrow. And you feel how this touch, this very delicate touch, goes inside your head, through your brain. It melts down through your spine. It goes through all your spine, down, down, down. And it comes to the area of your sacrum, where you can breathe and receive. Bhudevi, Bhudeva, Bhojanam Prasadam, Bhudevi, Bhudeva, Bhojanam Prasadam, Bhudevi, Bhudeva, Bhujanam Prasadam, Bhudevi, Bhudeva, Bhujanam Prasadam. And in this vibration in which you are immersed, I invite you to come to your breathing again and to see if your breath can be a little bit, just a little bit more louder, just to come back more in your body and in the room in which you are. We are going towards the completion of this session, and I invite you to take your time to come back. Maybe you can just stay there without coming and seeing me. You can just listen to this sound, wake up, or just rest, because there is nothing to do, nothing to say. This session of Yoga Nidra is completed. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, witnessing the wisdom of the earth through your body. It's so beautiful and it's so precious. And you are so beautiful and you are so precious. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma.
So I would love to invite Nadeshwari ji. She is here.
Yes, I am. Can you hear me? Yes.
Screen time.
It was an honor and a privilege. So over to you.
For me, it is very good and very a pleasure to share what I am discovering and exploring here in Italy through the wisdom of my blood, my Indian blood, and have the possibility to share it with all of you and with my people of color like me. And it's very, very, very good for me. Yes. And if you have any questions or any sharings to share, I am here.
Welcome. It was absolutely a very beautiful and very creative and a very novel approach towards femininity and how yoga, our philosophy, explains us to move in that direction. Thank you.
Jai Ma.
I've always wondered about the Purusharthas. But today you taught us about, it's not about Purusharthas, but today you gave us the Prakriti Arthas. The Chaturvid Purusharthas, you show the four Prakriti, from Parvati to Durga, and we have Lakshmi. Yeah.
And Sarasvati, that she's all over.
All over, all pervading. And I just felt it how connected, because even from dharma, you're moving towards artha. And exactly in artha, you have Lakshmi. Wow.
It's
So,
if we connect with nature,
yeah,
we can see that it's the same pattern all over.
all over. Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
if we connect with the season, if we connect with the phase of the moon, and then this is how it was done, and we are just, I'm not inventing anything. I'm just giving space for what is already there. My focus and my attention, of course, is to bring to a place of equanimity everything, all that is concerning the women, because we need to be in a place where there is balance, no? Of information, of maps, of how to be on this earth in a female body. Yeah, I already spoke about this, but this is my only intention. Then it's already everything there. Yeah, and I'm
Always.
really sorry.
Yeah, please. Sorry.
I'm curious about the men here that listen to this and practice it, how they feel, no? I'm really, really curious, because this gives me knowledge as well, if they would like to share.
Bankim ji, Lionel.
Namaste ji, namaste. First of all, I'm trying to find words. Okay. The reason is you have presented, which I have never thought of, heard, seen, or read anywhere. Even a glimpse of it. Okay. To be very frank. So you have, what you presented, I think you have given a different dimension, I would say. But you said you are not invented anything, it's already there. But I would still say that you have, you are giving a different dimension, I would say, to the womanhood, put it that way. Okay. And the takeaway I see here, which is great, is that what you are saying in a nutshell is that women and they are privileged and honored to be this way, okay, which is in sync with what you showed, the cyclical nature. And I think once we realize that, then as you say, it's going to be great.
Yes.
But the question I have is, how do you how do you take it to the common, a common woman, put it that way, okay, right?
Yeah. Thank you for the sharing and the question. How I take it, I give this map so that a woman can understand that she's not only one. Because we all women, we feel that we are not only one, but we are not allowed to be just more, no? We are thought to be just one, to be linear, to do what we feel, and it's only one. So in this way, I allow a woman to be a lot of Shaktis inside. And this is already creating a place of no guilt and no shame, to have all these fractals inside. And then I suggest these women to feel these archetypes, how they move through the emotions, like to have a calendar. I ask to draw a calendar, a cyclical, circular calendar, not a linear one, not a squared one, where they take note about their emotions, their sensation, how also the sexuality changes according to the phases of the moon, the inner moon, So the woman starts to have knowledge about herself. So it's not like this. It's not in one day, it's not in 1 month. It takes a whole life, I think, no? But little by little, and then they And I also suggest not to do it on their own, but to have a group of women to do it so that they can share and so that they can make women's circle where they are allowed to express their emotion, what they feel, and just to share. And then another step is to start to talk with the partner, with the husband, with the brother, with the father, because even if it's just women that we have this cyclical inside, no? But it's true that all the women are surrounded by men. And we cannot think that our energy, our Shakti is not influencing also men, right? So little by little, we start to give knowledge, no? To give information of what is moving inside. Because for sure, if there is a relationship, if two people live together, that is the same frequency. So if there is something, is in both, is not only in her. Maybe it comes from the Shakti of her, but we are going to live it together. And so we start little by little to build up a new way of communication, no? Where we honor what are all the differences that we have, and we start to really communicate in another way, in another level, really from a space of authenticity. And from here, like I give, of course, training about this. I wrote a book in Italian, I'm sorry. And there are a lot of different ways, but the thing is to go back to their body, to my female body, and feel that it's okay to have all these parts in me and to honor them, to make puja to all this Shakti inside of me. And then life will reveal itself.
Nadeshwari ji, I have a few questions. Like, they were always there in my mind. Like, if you consider the Indian scenario where the divinity is not only worshipped as masculine, but it's equally worshipped as feminine. In the same country, we have the same society where, as a doctor, I get many patients who want to postpone their menses just because they want to go to a religious place. They are considering menstruation as a taboo or something which is not so pure. Or even as yoginis or yoga, which is now getting universally so popular, yoginis practicing yoga is only considered as physical. You're trying to flaunt how flat your tummy is and how good you are in shape. So from when you have this aspect where weight is something which has to do, weight and yoga is something related, age and yoga is related. So there are many misconceptions and taboos. So I would like to know your views and how you're working towards it.
Yes, I totally hear you. And this is why I'm doing what I am doing. No, because yeah, also for me, when I was in India or in Sri Lanka, no, I had this thing of I cannot go to the temple because I'm menstruating, I cannot touch water, I cannot do this and do that. It's more about how you transmit these things, because I do feel that my body is not happy to enter in a Shiva temple when I am menstruating. I feel it because my apana vayu is going down to the earth. If I go in a Shiva temple, the energy is going up and it's disturbing my body. So it's my choice. It's my choice because I have information, I have knowledge, and I feel. So the things are that we need to go back to our body to feel, to honor our body, to feel our body, and to have knowledge, because it can be that probably this information about women not entering in the temple, it was because they could feel that the woman was going down with the energy, and so why to take her up? No, it can be like that. But it's how and why the information started to be given in a completely different way. No, you cannot because you are impure. So we need to shift this. How? Talking about this, reading, having information, and to to show that we know and that we feel. Because if we are only in the head, it's not going to work. We know and we feel. And of course, we also need to come together as women and feel that we are respected between us. We should not search for respect from men, but we need to have respect from ourselves and from other women. This is something that can change the collective consciousness, because it's there. We need to work there, no? And if I'm not respected by another woman because I do what I feel, I cannot expect myself to be respected from a man. And so this is why I thought about the siddhas, the female siddhis. We need to go back to that, and we can do it. We just need to find and to have a little bit of a courage to break some doors and to speak up. Yeah. And I feel really, really, really honored to bring this information to India, because I feel it's in my path also to take back this information. Like it all comes from India, and then I have the privilege to be in Italy and to have to grow up with a certain kind of freedom, no? Without too much patriarchal system in my family. There was, but I am a kind of a rebel, so I had the society that gave me the possibility to fight. You know? And so now I really would like to give thanks for my privilege and bring in a way that we can understand together this information in another way back to India, where they belong. Thank you.
I would like Manisha ji to take the program ahead.
Yes, sir. First of all, ma'am, I would like to say you have got such a lovely voice. I was totally blank to hear your voice in your recordings. Not blank, actually, I was really lost in your session. I really loved your voice very much, ma'am. And the way you were chanting that prayer, the Purnamidam, I like that also very much.
And for the information of everyone, Nadeshwari ji is a very excellent, and there are no words to describe her Bharatanatyam dance. She has been in India for a long period of time with the greatest of the gurus. She has learned it. Like in the first acquaintances when we met, actually, I don't know if Nadeshwari ji remembers. We went to the teacher where she was learning the dance and all these things. So long back, I think it's like 8-10 years back.
Yes.
And one more aspect I thought like the way the presentation of Durga, which talks about the strength. Many a times it happens that we tend to, especially women, tend to follow the traditional path. But that's where I can see Nadeshwari ji. She is coming from a very great legacy. Ashram Joythimayananada and the work of Gurudev Swamiji is like across Europe, everywhere in the world. But still, she is creating her own path, taking the challenges head on, and she's seeing to it that how she can contribute for the betterment of the half of the population, which actually deserves to be educated in different dimensions, in the spiritual dimensions, for the upliftment of theirs. Thank you very much, madam. And I would request everyone to unmute themselves. And as a token of love and respect from Swasti Yoga Center, it's our felicitation.
Thank you. Bless you.
You have really made us discover the true self inside us, which does not get touched by our emotions or insecurities, ma'am. Thank you so much.
That's a gift that you're giving back to me. Thank you.
Oh. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now something about our upcoming sessions. That is next Saturday, 15 January 2022. Our student speaker, Manisha Garg, which myself, I'll be talking about the yoga for common geriatric disorders for age-old patients. So I request you all to please attend my session also. And on Sunday, that is 16 January 2022, we'll be having Dr. Ajit Mukund Das as a guest speaker. And he will be talking about the 10 life lessons from Gita. So it is a request to all the attendees to please attend our session at the same meeting, Zoom meeting. Now let's end our session with the prayer. So I request you all to please sit straight. We'll end our session with Shanti Mantra. Join your palms, sit straight, back straight, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejas Vinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sit up your palms. Warm palms on your closed eyes. Absorb the warmth. Slowly, gently open your eyes under your palms, massaging both hands on your body. Namaste, and thank you, everyone.